What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Adison back with the Mark My Word podcast. Got Hoop with me, man. I'm so appreciative. He let me hop back on, man. I appreciate you. Dude.
Hey, bro, it's your show, bro. I'm glad you let me on, bro.
All jokes aside, today we about to talk about a long overdue topic for us, but a much talked about topic for the rest of the world, and that is about Brother Demetrius, Brother Ja.
It's a parade inside my city, bro.
Let's talk about it, man. All right, so a quick rundown of the events that have happened, and we're just going to kind of give our opinions and thoughts about it. So, Brother Ja, and you help me out with this because I don't want to miscommunicate anything. Brother Ja has several incidents that involve potentially guns that he has or owns, or
Ain't no potentially. They got that man on camera.
and then on top of that situation that he had at his house with the pickup game.
Yeah, that's alleged. He got
That's
it.
alleged too. That's what I'm saying. Potential on everything.
Yeah.
And then he actually caps all of this off while going on IG and, you know, showcasing the gun on his story or whatever case may be, his live, whatever he was on. And then that's when things go from, all right, we got to do something now. But I'm gonna just leave it there, and I'm gonna pass it on off to you, bro.
I think up until the gun on Instagram Live incident, I think he hasn't necessarily done anything wrong. And I say this because, I mean, there's been allegations of, even with the Pacers thing, at the Pacers game at Indiana, they said some of Ja's family or Ja pointed a gun out and they saw a red laser.
Yeah.
That's still allegations, and Ja said that wasn't true. So, and then the thing in the summertime where he apparently beat up somebody in the summer. And even then, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I'm a person that I don't just hear allegations and just, oh yeah, he did it, and criminalize somebody. So, but up until this Instagram Live thing where he's on Instagram himself and he pulls a gun, that's like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? You tripping. Sure. Because before that, I'm just like, all right, it's just stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we'll get into how, Ja's perceived and stuff. So, and I know how the media puts stories out and stuff, but now the gun incident, that was stupid.
And I have several thoughts on this, but let me first preface this by saying Ja is actually probably my favorite player in the NBA right now.
One of my favorites as well.
And the only reason I say probably is because I really love Dame. And because of everything that he's done over a longer course of period, I kind of want to be respectful for that. But Ja just came in with a bang, like literally. He came, like, this dude is a walking highlight. And even further than that, I actually had the opportunity to film one of his final games at Murray State in college too. And was on the court with him and all of that. So it's crazy to see that journey from him going from that level to the next. And, ball all day. We've had that opportunity with a lot of high profile athletes. So I want to preface this conversation just by putting it out there. So this is a player that I really enjoy, really like a lot. I'm going to sum up everything to say that there was so much stuff going on, and then for you to go on live with it. And this is past since he's already since apologized, already had a lot of interviews and dealt with it. I feel like since he was allegedly getting away with so much stuff, he probably thought, like, bro, I'm invincible. I think it was that invincible mentality. You making that much money, like you are. People be saying he's him, bro. You him on several different levels, financially, athletically, confidently. You in Memphis you done turned all of Memphis up. Memphis has never been like, no disrespect to any other athlete that's been coming through Memphis. Memphis has not been like that before. Not to my knowledge. You let me know if I'm wrong.
It's a parade inside the city, bro.
That's how we started the episode off. So, and plus with that youth, I really feel like it was one of those things where it's like, bro, can't nobody tell me nothing. And then two, I'll say, the NBA, other Nike, all of them have already hoisted him up as like, this is next up. So you have a certain level of protection against certain things. But when that happened, I think it was like, come on, Ja, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This one, it's gonna be hard to cover this one. Because we talked about something off camera that I'll go ahead and bring up now as a segue. If that was anybody else but Ja, they would not be in the league.
I think it
Or a handful of people.
I think it depends on who. And I know, like we talked about off camera.
We talked about a specific name.
As far as this situation with the gun, I just think it was a big wake up call for Ja that was needed. I mean, cause Ja young and turned, man. I mean, you know, and that's his
extremely turned.
But that's his brand though. Like he's, you know what I mean. He's flashy. He's explosive. You know, that's him as a player. That's his brand. He's like the new age Iverson. You know what I'm saying? So
Iverson 2.0, as some people call it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It's just you just got to move smarter. You know, and that was my thing with the gun situation. I'm like, man, come on. You know, I couldn't defend him on that one. I just couldn't. And I'm a big Ja fan too.
And it's different because, and I've heard other people say this too, it's not like the paparazzi caught you. Like,
yeah,
you went live, you did it
yourself. And I said that too. I'm just like, you know, people can't incriminate themselves by posting so much. You know, I mean, just think if he never got on Instagram Live that night, he would have never got suspended. Nobody would have knew he had a gun.
We're going to talk about that too. We're going to talk about the suspension.
But I'm saying, if nobody would have knew you had a gun. Nobody even knew you was in the strip club if you wasn't on live. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, and it's nothing. I mean, NBA players travel to all these different cities around the country and they go out and stuff like that, which is cool. But it's like, you don't see them on live. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you may see a leaked video of them walking into a club and stuff, but I don't. You let me know if you see it. I don't see a lot in season where you see people, you see NBA players just out and stuff. I mean, you hear stories and stuff like.
Well, we're in a different age because other NBA players have alluded to back when there wasn't on IG, Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah, but
they was going crazy.
No, for sure. But I'm saying even now though, like how many throughout the course of a week, how many pictures and videos do you see of guys, current NBA guys in the club? But these dudes travel every day.
I think, and I don't advocate people. And Duke know this. I don't advocate people go out clubbing and partying and stuff like that. But it's in the club's best interest to not let that stuff get out if you want that type of level of person to come through, because there's a privacy thing involved in it. Like people, like trust me, people know that they coming through. But you don't got to see what they do when they coming through, which is what we talked about in regards to the leaked pictures.
So even with that, how many guys do you see themselves posting that they there throughout the course of a week?
I don't know if James Harden posted that he was there. If it just got
was it during the season? Was it the off season? They
well, they was in the course. Well, I think he was trying to get some stuff. He's trying to get out of a predicament too. So I think there's a lot of stuff.
I mean, in the off season, these dudes want to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I'm saying during the season.
So, but going back to what you just said, they're a brand. So if their brand is not on that, I don't think it's. Again, we're talking about the NBA. So this is, I would almost say the NBA is catered towards men and the family. Would you not say so? Like men, and I'm talking about its audience.
Like a family audience?
Yeah, like it's family. It's a family friendly event for the most part.
It's entertainment. Yeah,
it's a family friendly event. So I don't think certain things as the NBA, they don't want you to go on social media and see, oh, the NBA, they got this guy, and then you see his IG feed and he's doing X, Y, Z.
But to that point though, that's why what y'all did was stupid. Because it's what are you doing? Nobody does that. Luka don't do that. So LeBron don't do that. Giannis don't do that. KD don't do that. Steph don't do that. Like, what are you doing?
So and obviously he's not. And I know, like, what he did was stupid. Obviously, he is not stupid. So let's go a step further. Do you think he was intoxicated? He was drunk, high, and let's just keep it a bean. Or do you think he was just Ja? You know what I'm saying?
I think
or do you think it's a combination?
He might have been fried, bro, or he might have been drunk, or both. I mean, I think he definitely was, under the influence of something. But that's not something nobody sober does. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Which is straight. I mean, if people
No, hold on. Let's be true. guys locally who don't got that much to lose will do that, obviously. For sure.
That's my point though. Him being him, every NBA guy, especially the stars, superstars, are aware of who they are and they're following and how they need to move. Ja is very aware of how he is, who he is, his fan base, the endorsements he has.
Well, you hit on
his image.
You hit on
his image.
Let's talk about that.
All of that. Everything they say in an interview, tweet, post, everything is under a microscope. He knows that. So that's why I think that was stupid.
Well, you talked about endorsements. Let's talk about that real quick. And again, like I don't want this to come off as we talking about it as like, oh, he should have got more than what he got. No, like I'm gonna just be honest. If I go to a Memphis game, I'm paying to see Ja. So no, and Jaren Jackson, all of y'all boys hooping. Brooks, all of y'all, you know, what's the one kid who played up here? Kennedy Chandler, all of them. Like I love all of them. I can't, you know, I'm definitely trying to see Ja. Otherwise, hey, you want to buy some tickets up? If I know he's not playing, no disrespect to nobody else. So when I say that, understand that I don't want him to miss games because of this. A part of me is glad that because when you're young and make mistakes, I sometimes hate when, you know, if it's just a simple mistake, they just try to ruin your career forever. Yeah. So I'm glad he's able to bounce back from this.
Sure.
But we talked about endorsements. He has notably one of the biggest sports companies in the history of sports backing him, which is Nike. Deeper than that, they just got rid of one of the most talented point guards in the league, which was Kyrie. This happened. They could not afford to lose him. When I say afford, let me be relative to that. They could not have the basketball. I don't think as a basketball, and for that gap that they were filling with Kyrie, I don't think they could lose him. So this is where it gets funny to me. I would argue to say that what Ja did was more egregious than whatever they were insinuating or trying to get Kyrie for doing. But your thoughts on that? Reading a link to a book versus
we talked
a whole host of things we listed on, you know.
We talked about, you know, certain groups that you can't speak on or they'll cancel you.
We did.
So that was the thing with the Kyrie thing. That got blown up because, you know, people took that for, you know, and took it to where he was anti-Semitic. So that was, you know, regardless of if it was legitimate or not, that's what that was. It's cancel culture.
So and I agree. I understand a certain group.
I'm not saying which one. I ain't saying which one is worse or what not yet. But with Ja, I think that was bad. But I think it was just a bad. Yeah, it was a bad look. It's a bad look on him. It's a bad look at anybody that supports him. I don't know if he should have lost deals and stuff from it. It was bad.
No, I don't want him to. I don't want him to lose anything.
No.
I'm glad he learned from it.
You're right, but I'm thinking from a point of if I'm over Nike, if I'm over Powerade, if I'm over, you know, any of these other companies that back Ja, what would I do? That's what I'm thinking right now.
But this is thinking from a moral standpoint.
I'm thinking just period as far as my company.
They think it from a money standpoint.
Right.
They like, this is stupid, but this dude gonna be worth XYZ in a couple of years. We riding this out.
Yeah.
Especially the way the news cycle is now. Like, remember, like, this is crazy. We was talking about the Josh situation. Then another situation came up, which, you know, is a lot closer to home, so we're not finna go into too much details about that. And then that had its news cycle, and now what's now? Caitlyn and Angel Reese, which if y'all hadn't seen the episode, my dog Duke talks about that. Go tune into that. Now that's the thing. So it's almost like the next news cycle washes away the previous one. So they're probably thinking like, bro, stuff comes and goes every single day. No matter how big it is, we're going to ride this one out.
Yeah.
But you see they choose to not to do that with certain people.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just how the media and you know, it's not just how the media works. I mean, one week is one story, one day is one story, then the next is going to be another. And it's almost forgotten about until somebody brings it up, you know. That's just how it is. I mean, people just, whatever the negativity sells, so, and drama sells. So whatever the latest drama in you know, narrative they could paint of somebody, that's what's going to be talked about. And then once something else comes up, then that's going to be what's talked about.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's that on that. But as far as Ja, I mean, I'm a big fan of Ja. I'm glad he learned from it. I hope he just moves smarter. Like everybody loves how Ja plays. I mean, he's got his whole family, and friends on, and that's another thing too with Ja. Like, I saw people saying like, who's he got in his circle?
Yeah.
He doesn't have anybody in his circle. Where's his dad? Where at first it was.
Yeah.
His dad's the best dad, number one dad. Then he gets into trouble. Where's his dad? His dad ain't talking about. I think with this situation with Ja, and just Ja, period, he's put so many people on.
For sure.
Family and friends. All his family and friends have moved out there with him. I mean, his parents was living with him. I think he bought the house next door and had his parents stay there. His sister's in Memphis. She hoops.
Which I think is actually a responsible thing.
Yeah, he got his best friends.
When you're that young and you got that much money, for sure.
He got his best friends out there with him, his trainers and stuff, which I think is good. But I think with that...
Speaking of which, shout out to Ja for those documentaries, behind-the-scenes videos y'all been putting out. I really enjoy watching
them. I enjoy watching them. Yeah, but with that, bringing everybody on, it kind of can make everybody yes men in a sense. Because Ja is paying for everything. Ja is rich now. He can afford to do this. I got y'all. He's flying his parents out there every game on the road. His friends can have designer and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the truth about the father-son dynamic is too. I'll say this: you can have the best father in the world. Sometimes people just act a nut, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean that the father wasn't a good father.
Yeah,
people act a nut. Yeah. People make bad decisions sometimes.
Ja's what, 23?
Somewhere in there.
He just signed for $200 million. I mean, people, that's just NBA money. That ain't even talking
that
contracts.
That ain't even Nike. That ain't Powerade.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, people already have to grow as a person and make their own mistakes and stuff. But you add that's a regular person. But you throw millions with that. What you gonna? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not a person that was just gonna slander Ja just for this mistake. I thought it was stupid. I thought it wasn't smart of him. It wasn't a good look on him. But at the same time, like, I don't think of Ja less. I'm not less of a fan. It's just one of the things he can grow from. You know what I'm saying now?
For sure. And I'll say, and a step further too. I'll say this because I hear a lot of people who've talked about this situation and they speak about it in a different perspective. They're like, shoot, if I had that much of this, I wouldn't be doing that. No, bro, you shouldn't be doing it now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So let's just be clear. Yeah. Just because he has that doesn't mean, okay, well, he definitely shouldn't be doing it because he has X, Y, Z. You shouldn't even be doing some of that stuff with guns or just other things now. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what you do or do not have. Your life and your reputation. It's a lot of other things at stake. So, but it's a lot of lessons learned. We're going to kind of bring it to a wrap. Now, it's a lot of other things in regards to it. I'm rooting for him. I'm glad that he's able to move forward from this because a lot of times, often, certain situations like this happen with other players and it's the end of their career. It's the end of their career. And they didn't get that second chance or third or fourth or if you want, if you want to calculate it up by these means. I'm excited for him, proud of him. And also, I'll say the way that he bounced back, some of his statements, his interview was a little interesting to me with Jalen Rose. It seemed like they were in the interview, but everybody outside of the camera was making sure certain things did and did not get said in the interview. For sure, it was a different interview. Yeah, but the way he bounced back, the way he even while he was gone, he had his Tyus Jones, whatever. Yeah, he was balling, bro.
But
he was balling.
We've talked off camera about Tyus, bro. Tyus is he could start for anybody. But he's playing behind a young superstar. He
was balling, and what did y'all come back and say? Some like, we got 2 point guards.
Yeah, got two starting point guards.
That's just real. It's a lot of things you can learn from. So as much things you can learn from the negative side of things, it's a lot of things on the positive side of things that you can learn from him too. Maybe more so on the positive side than the negative. So.
I mean, Ja's always been a great teammate. I mean, he won Most Improved and dropped the award off at Desmond Bain's house.
That's crazy. Because I didn't know about that story.
He thought Desmond Bain should have won Most Improved, which I thought he should have too. Or him or Jordan Poole. But I thought Bain should have got it. And when they gave it to Ja, and when Ja won the award, he dropped it off at Desmond Bain's house.
And you can't.
While he wasn't there, I think.
You can't ask for a better teammate than that.
Yeah, I mean, Ja's a great teammate, great person. I mean, I don't, like we talked about the behind the scenes videos of Ja when he gave that woman that $500 tip. Yeah. So like they said, he does that all the time. Stuff like that all the time. So Man, Ja's a great person, bro. Great person, great teammate, great player. It's just, he's just young and turned, bro. Which is it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? It's like be turned, bro. But it's like don't be young and turned to where you hurt your image, bro. That's the only thing I got to say, bro.
That's Jalen advice.
Yeah, I mean, and he knows that now. But it's just
define that for me. What is the definition? But what does it mean to be turned? And is it more negative than positive, or is it just neutral in your opinion? What does it mean to be turned? Because oftentimes when I hear people say turned, to me it gears myself to think that it's more so y'all doing something on a negative side of things.
No, bro, you can be. I mean, just.
I feel like lit is like a more positive version of turn.
It's the same thing in a sense.
Kind of depending.
My thing with job, be yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to Johnny Dane, and you feel me? You want to drop a bag at Johnny Dane, and do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He got the dreads, he got the chains. It's a parade inside the city, bro. You gonna hoop on cat? I mean, do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Do that, but you know what I'm saying? Don't do nothing stupid the way you kill your image. You know what I'm saying? And that gun incident was that, and that's my only thing. Like, I ain't doing nothing wrong. He ain't hurt nobody, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just be yourself, And people, and it's another thing too. It's what I don't like. Mm-hmm. People online been trying to like check Ja's hood pass.
I've been seeing that.
Like, he really from that. He got both his parents in his life. He ain't come from that.
Yeah.
Why y'all don't know where he came from. Just because he got his parents in his life, y'all don't know how he was brought up. You know what I'm saying? He could do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't, why that matter to you? You feel me? Yeah. That's my thing. Like, bro, just live your life, bro. If he wanna buy Cuban links and have tats and have dreads and say something, do the gritty, then that's why he can do that. Then
what if he just wants to eat fruit roll ups and play chess?
Man, he could do that, but he don't. So that man be turned, bro. That man be turned. Just don't do nothing stupid. Yeah,
you turn playing chess, eating fruit roll ups.
That ain't turned.
Going go-karting?
That ain't turned, bro.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm getting at. So what does it mean to be turned? Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all definition.
Bro, I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm saying this, start playing chess turn, bro. I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with it. I ain't got nothing against it.
I'm not speaking to myself. I'm just asking you.
Man, Josh, a parade inside your city, bro.
Man, hey, appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Nah, Josh, just don't do nothing stupid, bro.
On the next
we rocking
episode,
with you.
Man. Yeah, no, we for sure rocking with y'all.
Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Stay tuned for part 2 on this topic where I have my dad on and we kind of discuss this father dynamic even more with this Ja Morant situation.